Ladies and gentlemen, Sabaton.
Hello, Sabaton.
Hello.
I'm over
nice
here.
To see everybody.
Right over here. Welcome. Thank you very much for coming back to Hellfest. Welcome back. And this is Joseph, by the way, from Loud TV. And you guys were the heroes back in 2019, coming back to kind of save the day. Not only did you deliver a killer show with the full choir the first time, but then, of course, came back the very next day and performed another show. And interestingly enough, even though, Joachim, you blew out your voice and had to have Tommy and Chris step in and do the singing for you, actually ended up making that one of the coolest shows I've ever seen, period, just because of that. And so it was really something awesome to see, and it showed that the fans that you really care about them. So that goes to my next question, or my first question, which is really nothing to do with the music, which is now the fact that you guys are as big as you are. You started out very small, and I've encountered you guys over the years. You somehow managed, you're not assholes, you're still nice people. And so my question is, how have you avoided the curse of becoming pretentious despite everybody telling you how amazing you are at all times, which, by the way, you are the most amazing band on the planet, and I'll fight anybody here who says otherwise.
Well, we never was anything else than what we are. And I think we have done this whole trip, started out more than 20 years ago. Sabaton has never done what anybody else told us to do. We don't have any external management. We run our own marketing strategies. We own our own rights to the songs. We do things our way. And I guess we never was interested in trying to be anything else than what we are. And that's why we haven't changed, I guess.
I'm going to have a question in French and I'll translate in English, okay?
Hello, Sabaton. You're welcome. I'm DJ for BGP Music Live and I want to know, en français, vous êtes venu en 2019 pour 2 concerts, un prévu et un autre au pied levé pour remplacer Manowar. Et vous revenez cette année, donc ça vous fait quoi de revenir autant de nombre de fois successives? Est-ce que vous avez l'intention de devenir une légende comme Lemmy?
Oh, so you guys did a planned show last time you were here, then you had to step up because of the cancellation of Manowar. Now you're coming back again. And basically the question is, do you think you're going to become one of those legendary Hellfest acts like Lemmy? What is your, basically what is the approach?
I lost my voice again, so it's, nothing. No, I would like that actually, a lot. It's one of my favorite festivals on the planet. Obviously, we've seen a lot of festivals. There are very few who take so much good care of the bands and the crowd. I mean, walking around, looking at the area, I think it's fucking awesome how much money is put back into the festival and making it better.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Liz from Twin Musics. You brought out your new album in March. I was just wondering the writing and recording process for that.
Actually, we were lucky in that sense. I mean, the pandemic changed everything for everyone, especially in this business, but making an album was pretty much the same. We were lucky in that sense. Scandinavia never had a, really hard lockdown. And yeah, we weren't doing shows. There were a lot of things we weren't doing. But the actual process of making an album, I could still, catch up with Chris. We'd have some alcohol and write some songs. And then we, of course, would record. And these days, any band, I guess, will record pretty linearly. You start with the drums, you add the bass, you put the guitars on. So we were never in any problems with the recording of the album. Everything else was pretty fucked up, though.
Hi, my name is Jean from Radio Panic Brussels. When we listen to your albums, you talked about the first and second tour. For your next album, will you talk about the Ukraine war?
No, maybe in the future. Not the next album though. There's always the trick when dealing with current events that the information we get could be from, well, it could be propaganda, it could be misinformation, and those things are always really complicated. So our stance on that is sort of, first of all, the conflict has to be over. Second of all, since we are not the experts, we need to wait for the historians to look into it and get people who are, well, neutral. They have no skin in the game. And when we have their expertise to lean upon, that's when we could sing about a conflict.
Hello. First of all, I would like to ask you how are you doing, because it's a huge mess. It's the last day of Hellfest, as everybody knows over here. My question here is, it's not really, it's a mix between your music and what I'm really thinking this day. My question is, we all know that 3 years you've been talking about war during your albums and everything. You're talking about civil war and everything, but what about inside war? Like inside war, you know, like mental war, the thing that people struggle with it every day, because you're talking of what is around you most of the time. But what is your personal inner war that you want to put out if you want one day as a song or a text?
That's a tough question.
Personal inner war, that was 2 years of pandemic as a musician. And now that war has ended.
Oh yes. Well, I don't know actually. The tricky thing about that question, it would be interesting. I mean, mental health is a serious issue. But I think everybody's experience with that is going to be individual and unique. And I have no expertise in the area, so I'm afraid I couldn't write an album about someone else's fight without really intimately knowing that person.
We did touch on it on Audie Murphy.
Yeah, we have had
PTSD.
We have some touched on those issues, but on a non-military level, no. But the thing is, our music, or our style of heavy metal, all of the emotional spectrum that you would find there could be anything from joy and elation to hatred, depression, anger. All of these are there in combat. It would be a pretty fucking dark album if we were singing about mental health. And I'm not sure I want to put myself or the fans through that ordeal, because we actually enjoy going on stage and having fun. And I think that would be too heavy for me. I wouldn't enjoy being on stage discussing these issues.
Come on. Hello, Thomas from All Rock. Thank you so much to be here again at Hellfest. I will change something to this new album. Was recording during this pandemic. I will change something during the recording process. And what's your feeling? This is my second question. What's your feeling to play again at Hellfest? Because my last Hellfest before pandemic was with you, and my first Hellfest after pandemic was with you again. So, what's your feeling about that?
Yeah, we can see everybody probably has a favorite memory or something funny from the recording, so we can do that one each.
Well, one memory, a very funny memory from the recordings was when Joachim was recording vocals, and me and Chris was sitting there listening, like, what is he singing? Because we didn't really know the lyrics. So we were making up our own words and had a very, very good time. And then later on, he asked Joachim, what are you singing here? Then he explained, he said, okay, we thought it was this. And then we were joking about it. And he went on to continue singing, and we were listening. It's like, what is he singing here? And we're making up our own words and having a very good time. And then, of course, in the evenings, when the recordings were done, we were playing some PlayStation, drinking red wine, watching some Rowan Atkinson. That was fun as well.
Yeah, as Tommy said. Now, the best part about it was that getting out of the house again, that it was safe to go out, meeting these guys again, record a new album with new songs. It was so much fun. We always have fun in the studio when we're recording new songs and stuff. And of course, playing PlayStation on the off time, drinking some wine, cooking some good food. Yeah, that was about it.
My favorite memory was when you were singing the backing vocals for Hellfighters in your underwear because you thought it was too warm in the studio.
Yeah, I like that too. That was quite entertaining. I agree with Chris pretty much. I mean, the best thing was just to get away from the home, to do at least something of what we normally do on our days. Like, we can't play the shows, but at least we are together. At least we are working together, doing something we like and enjoy and having fun. Sitting at home, not so funny after 2 years.
Oh, I agree as well. Just to meet up with the boys again and be creative and put our utmost effort into the new album and being really focused for a couple of weeks. That was a fresh breeze for sure. I thought Chris was going to say that his favorite memory was when he came into the drum recording room and pretended that he needed to move a mic. But little did I know that he was bringing a can of fart spray. And if you don't know what fart spray is, that's good for you. This is the worst smelling thing in the world. So yeah, that wasn't very enjoyable, but Chris enjoyed it fully.
Welcome, bro.
Yeah,
I can actually agree on that. I had to taste that as well.
I hope you didn't taste it. Smelling is...
Smelled it, yeah.
Hello Sabaton, Jérémy pour l'émission Rive d'Enfer. Vous êtes grand fan d'histoire. Pendant vos tournées, quand vous avez des moments off, est-ce que c'est possible pour vous de vous adonner à votre passion, notamment visiter des sites historiques? Hello Sabaton, Jérémy pour l'émission Rive d'Enfer. Vous êtes grand fan d'histoire. Pendant vos moments off, est-ce que vous avez le temps de visiter certains sites historiques, par exemple, notamment ici, qui sont?
Yeah, being fans of historical moments, wars and everything, do you have the time in your off time to go and visit some museums, spots while touring?
Yeah, I would say it's one of the most common things we do on off time. For example, we've got military bases, museums and such. For some reason, though, everybody wants us to drive a tank, always. And no matter how fun that is, at a certain point it becomes, oh man, more tanks, what the fuck, you know. But in general, yeah, visiting the battlefields, especially, I think, when we did the pre-listening session for this album, for example, we were at the Royal Museum in Belgium. And when we did Great War, we were here in France, in Verdun, and to be in those places where not only the artifacts, but the stories are sort of kept alive. Because, I mean, everybody's different. I'm not saying anyone who's a collector is wrong or anything, but for me, all of these objects, they mean nothing. It's all about the stories and the people who are there. And if I ever get a chance to get a tour guide, that's when I'm interested. A good tour guide who can tell me the stories. Because to go and see another tank and trenches and not knowing the story behind it, it's cool for the first 10 times. But when you've seen 200, it's like, yeah, whatever.
Front row.
Hello, Sabaton. Nice to meet you. Wanted to tell you that many kids came to know you because of your collaboration with World of Tank. And well, many of them became huge fans of you. And I wanted to know what would you like to tell them? And if there's are you planning any new collaboration with World of Tank, and any new tank would be go soon?
It's been very fun to work with World of Tanks, and we've got a new fans thanks to that. It's like a new way of communicating and finding fans. So for us, it was great. It's a perfect match to work with them on this. So I don't know, maybe we'll do something with them again, but we can't say anything right now.
I'm Pipe Man from W4CY Radio and iHeartRadio, and my question is, what's your most memorable moment at a festival? And before you answer that, mine is when I was interviewing you and they were breaking down a stage and the stage almost fell on us. Do you remember that?
Where was that?
Ozfest in West Palm Beach.
Oh. When was that? I can't remember.
Years.
Okay.
In fact, you told me to get out of the way.
That Ozfest.
I think it was Ozfest, but it was...
Wasn't it Maiden or something?
It was a festival.
Okay.
But it was in West Palm Beach, I remember that.
Okay, yeah.
But what's the question? Favorite memory from Hellfest?
What's your most memorable moment at a festival?
Well, for me, it was last time we were here, actually, losing my voice and realizing I'm losing my voice. It's 45 minutes to fucking showtime. This can't be happening to me. I've been doing this for 20 fucking years. This shit has never happened to me before. And then, what the fuck do we do? We can't cancel. And so I went in and asked these guys, like, I'm sorry, but you get to choose here from the set list. What do you mean choose? Yeah, because you're fucking singing it, you know. And it turned out great anyway. I mean, it was a disaster. It felt fucking horrendous when it was happening. But now, in retrospect, once it was done, I'm so proud to be in a band where we managed to make a show happen anyway.
I think for me the most emotional thing is either when we did the Wacken Open Air show with the 2 stages and the planning of the whole thing to tell to the festival promoter that, okay, what do you need? Like, okay, we need both your stages for 2 hours and we're gonna do something that nobody's ever done before. And then just that, and not informing the promoter about anything. We got together with our previous band members. We started to rehearse in our hometown. We built in our warehouse. We built up the copy of the 2 stages inside to rehearse, to practice that we could make it technically possible. And we packed everything and we basically just told to Wacken Open Air nothing about the plan at all. We told them that we will come with everything, all the equipment. We need a clean 2 stages. We come with all the equipment ourselves. You don't need to bother about anything. They were very worried that we're gonna cause a complete mess on the festival, and they were not informed. We kept it completely secret. Nobody knew about it. Our publicists, nobody knew the story. And we kept it also secret on the location, keeping all the band members in a separate area, not to spoil the surprise of revealing it on the stage. I think that was something spectacular. And the whole thing about planning it and then see it happen and see the faces of the people when we were actually pulling off, playing at 2 stages at the same time, that was something.
Hi again. What could be your set list for this evening? Will it be much more focused to your last album, or a mix of old and new material?
We will only play Def Leppard songs.
I thought we agreed on Poison.
Poison. Yeah, because Hannes loves Poison.
No, it'll be a mix. Obviously, on a festival, we want to premiere some new songs that we are really proud of, but also it's a party. Come on, so we have a bit of a mix, and in the end, after us comes Metallica, so we pop open the beer and have some fun ourselves, right?
All right, thanks very much. That was the last question. Thank you, Sabaton. Thank you. Merci.